Have you guys ever really examined what it looks like to break down the film of an elite offense in the NBA? Well, if not, get ready because what you're about to witness is must-see TV. First of all, let me bring this back just a little bit here. So let's go back to right here. Okay, so we're going to start off with this initial screen. Draymond, we're going to get Steph Curry up. Now, all of this action is to set up this side of the floor. We're going to try to get it to the opposite side, right? Now, watch this action. So, boom, we're going to kick it over to Moody. Moody's going to kick it over to Pods. Now, look at this. As Steph Curry rolls into the lane, we're going to get him all the way back out to the corner. We're going to set up an off-ball screen here for Jimmy Butler. And all we're doing is driving, kind of rotating this defense over to the paint, kicking it out to Draymond Green, right? There's a lot that goes on in these initial plays here by the Warriors. We drive, we kick, we find Draymond who's now wide open, and now look at this, man. Look at this. Beautiful play call and a beautiful execution. Again, you have to really deep dive into what this team is doing to truly understand how elite this offense really is. And as Jimmy Butler sets the screen, all Steph Curry is doing is reading Ja Morant. If he breaks this way, we're going to want to sink into the corner. If he breaks this way, we're going to want to bend off this thing, right? Curl off this thing to that three-point line, and he reads it absolutely perfectly. Boom, he goes that way. We curl into the corner, wide open three, drain it. Unbelievable, right? And in this video, we're going to break down how does Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, and the Warriors just keep pulling it off. All right, here we go. Another really good play. This one, not specifically by Jimmy Butler, but what we know is whenever we have Jimmy Butler in this low post, it could be anywhere around this area, right? Whenever we put him up here, we know we're going to spark a double team. And because Steph Curry has the ball way up here, the double team is going to come from the weak side corner, okay? Ja Morant. Unless they're bold, right? They will never double team off Steph Curry. So they get it over, that double team comes. Now with the defenses in, right, is a blender. A blender, this is an NBA term. This basically means when a defense is double teaming someone, the rest of their team is in a disadvantage playing 4-on-3 basketball, and now they're forced to rotate. And whenever you get a defense in rotation, man, you are highly likely to score. Look at Draymond kind of get into the lane. Now they love to run this action. Get it to Draymond. And now that Draymond has the basketball, this defender has to play point A and point B. And we know Steph Curry is on a massive heat streak, but that's not the main point, right? We do get Steph a wide open three-pointer. We take these all day, every day. But then it's the hustle, right? It's not just Steph. It's not just Jimmy Butler. It's the hustle of a guy like Pods who slot cuts after the shot is up instead of just getting back on defense. He says, let me go after this, right? Look at Ja Morant nonchalantly trying to box out here, and Pods flies in for the offensive putback. That is game-changing basketball right there. Even when Steph Curry puts up 50, 10, and 8, the role players are playing out of their minds, man. Here we go. Now, again, what are we doing? We're initiating this dribble handoff with Steph Curry. Look at Draymond's rolling to the basket. We get Steph coming off this thing. What are you going to do? What are you going to do here? And Jimmy says, you know, I'm going to keep the ball. I'm going to find Draymond late, who's then going to kick to the corner, and Moses Moody's wide open. So when it looks like they have one thing going for them, no, they have 3, 4, 5 different actions that are slowly breaking open because, yeah, you could tell he's going to hedge over this way. They're going to stop Steph Curry in their tracks. So instead of wasting our time with that with 7 on the shot clock, let's actually bend around this corner, right? Let's go towards where the defense isn't playing. Now, as we drive in, Ja Morant's playing, again, point A and point B. Again, they're in a blender. We're playing 2-on-3 basketball right here, which, again, is always a sign. This is why the Warriors are so damn good, right? They create these advantages. Now, as Jimmy drives, he gets it over to Draymond, who then gets that weak side corner defender to rotate over. And then ultimately, Moses Moody, wide open, 0 closeout, drains a 3. Game over. Night-night. Let's go. Now, what my favorite part of this game was how this team played in this third quarter, man. They fought, and then ultimately in that fourth quarter, they were able to do what they did and win the game, right? But look at the defense. As Steph Curry started to heat up here, they started to top lock him, right? Basically, essentially forcing him to the baseline, or forcing him inside the arc. But what they don't understand is this DHO, right, this dribble handoff between him and Draymond Green, this big man is nowhere near where he needs to be. He needs to be not only up here, but getting him off this three-point line. And whenever you play defense like this, you're basically giving Steph Curry an open three, and he splats another one. Now, before we break down any more of this film, trust me, there's a lot more plays you guys are going to want to watch here. Do me a big favor, guys. Hit the like button if you want more Warriors breakdowns, but also comment down below P2 if you guys not only like these type of videos, but want more. If you want a part 2, maybe even tomorrow, let me know by commenting down part 2 in the comments. Also, subscribe if you're new. It is free, doesn't cost anything. And like I said, we will be covering the Warriors throughout the rest of the season and the playoffs as well. So here's another play I really like. So I don't want to say this is an inverted, it's not technically an inverted pick and roll, but it kind of is here. Now, what that means is Steph Curry is going to be your screen man. We're going to send Jimmy Butler off this thing into the lane. Okay, so let's actually watch this a little bit further. As Jimmy drops into the lane, you're going to see not only a stagger from the top side, but you're going to see that weak side rotation from the big man in Zach Edey. Now, again, Jimmy Butler, court mapping, right? This guy has an insane knowledge of the game, understanding where defenses are going to rotate from, but more importantly, knowing where his teammates are going to be. He finds Draymond Green, and instead of taking this three, we want to get the ball to our playmaker. So again, we're going to initiate this little DHO, this dribble handoff, and if this defender doesn't get to the other side of the screen, well, you're shit out of luck, right? So we're going to hand it off, we're going to set the screen, and again, Jaren Jackson did not get where he needed to be, and Steph Curry hits a crazy three. This is unbelievable basketball. Not only do we find the weak side wide open, but Draymond says, listen, I'm going to get it to my guy here. I know they're going to be very soft. They're going to play soft coverage on me, basically in a drop zone coverage. That's what they do. But what they don't understand is this wasn't a play for Draymond. This was a play for Steph Curry. And once you mess that up, you lost. It's over. You're done. You're not saving that play. What a shot by Steph. All right, here we go. Once again, I love this. So we're going to get what you call a pocket pass. All right. So what is a pocket pass? Let's break this down. So as we set the screen here for Draymond, and as we come off this thing again, they like to prioritize Steph Curry because they don't want Steph Curry shooting this ball. So the big will usually step up. This guy's going to fight over the screen. Right now, what is a pocket pass? What does that mean exactly? You're going to see a little bit of a pocket open up between that initial defender fighting over the screen and Zach Edey stepping up. There's a pocket right here. This is a pocket pass. Now, what this does is get Draymond a full steam ahead into the lane. Instead of a short roll, it's a pocket pass. So, again, you're going to see that window open up right there. We're going to bounce pass it in. Now, Draymond has a free lane to the basket. And because we had Draymond setting that screen and they're big up high, now their last line of defense is Luke Kennard. I don't know who that is. And then Sandy Aldama, who, guys, let's just be honest. Draymond, full head of steam. They're not guarding him, right? So again, you can see all of the different type of actions that this team runs with and without Jimmy Butler, with and without Steph Curry. Either way, they are so hard to guard. And if they ever get hot, hit their shots, good luck, man. There's not a lot of things you can do to beat this Warriors team. They're on a massive run with Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry in the lineup. They're unbelievable. So guys, do me a favor. If Steph gets a steal, unbelievable, right? Do me a favor, hit the like button, look at this, stop, wait for the defense to overcommit, pop, drain a three, let's go, man. Join the family, turn on post notifications. Also, make sure you guys follow my X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Link will be in the description and the comment section. Go check it out for more updates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.